Hello. This is the code base, which was basically like a POC, intent routing agent, and this is the overview. So I have made this code base. I'm going to share the Git, but let me give a quick overview. The architecture is user query, then it goes to LangGraph agent workflow. It classifies intent, select tools, execute tools, aggregate results, and all. So there are three type of services. One is REST API. REST API based service basically keeps track of all the current latency and all. There is a knowledge base, which is basically a RAG pipeline, which will keep track of your documents, and then there is a SQL database, which has the historical data, and there is a calculator tool. So these are the four tools. And if we go to the tools now, this is the data. By the way, I have created some docs, so this is like a demo docs, right? Now again, there are a few tools which these are like the tools and state nodes, and also the services. Here you can see API service. This is basically like the service which is hosting the live data. This is the database service. Database service is basically the SQL. I have added 650 rows here, multiple I am going to show you the table soon. This is the documentation for the API service. This is the documentation for the database. This is documentation for the RAG. This is the overall architectural documentation in architecture.md. I will walk you through, of course, but yeah. And if we go back to the readme, then we have the instructions. We will start by this, and then we can programmatically ask agent multiple things, or we can also I have also made a Streamlit UI which can explain a few things. So here, if I am just running the API now, and here if I just run python main.py, then this is supposed to give you the answer. uh, what is the current CPU usage, and it is supposed to give you the intent. And this is like the metrics lookup, SQL query, historic data. So basically this was the tool used. If I say how do I CPU, if I do that, then I said cup instead of CPU. But don't worry. So it will use the RAG agent. You can see this is like the knowledge lookup, so it is using knowledge lookup, right? So and 3 plus 5, if I do calculate 3 plus 5, then it is supposed to use the calculator. This is the, as you can see, this is the 8. Now if I then do like hey, what's going on, this is a hazy request, so it should not use any tool. And yeah, you can see intent unknown. So there is like this is supposed to not generate anything. So that's what. Now I have also made a Streamlit UI, which will show, which has the everything basically. So let me quickly walk you through. This is the documentation. Overview is there, and installation guide and everything. All the documentation I already showed you, it's there, right? And this has like the tools and everything. So this is the documentation actually. Let me quickly do a few agent testings. So basically, if I do this, if I run the agent, and it will show you the workflow steps. So this is like the classify intent. This is the selected tool. So direct calculation using calculator only. Then calculate. It will show you the traces, and as you can see, this is the agent complete, and this will show you the result. If I do, let's say for example, show me historic trend of auth users, right? So this will again do the same process, and this is a mixed query, of course, as you can see. And this will use SQL and RAG, and this is the execution tool, SQL and RAG. And you can see this is a mixed intent. This is the SQL database result which it got. Auth service, all the auth service results it has got. One sec, this is long. Okay, yeah. And this is the like the chunks, it has retrieved. These are the few chunks it has retrieved, the RAG agent, and final response will be like proceed, high confidence intent is mixed, and yeah. So it is showing you the tool usage, and I will show you the a few more examples quickly. Let's say I want to run, where is the mouse? Let's say I want to run this. Is the business logic service healthy? This is going to show you the this is again going to execute the tools and all. So this is like matrix lookup, as you can see, right? And if I use the tell me about performance, let's say, then it is supposed to yeah. So if it is tell me about the performance, it will be like agent lookup, right? And let me give you a vague query. Let's see what's what do we mean by what do we mean by quantum decoherence? So if you ask, this is like complete out of distribution query, I just made it up. And this is basically intent is unknown, as you can see, because this does not get anything from the knowledge base. Okay, so this is completely unknown intent, and this is the workflow. All right. So if we go to the observability tab, then you can see the exact thing. So you can see intent is unknown, right? And if it is unknown, then the intent is unknown, then it goes to the feedback loop and it selects the knowledge base. Because the intent is unknown, then it selects the tool, and then it is basically confidence, then is basically using the tool call. And this has langchain and langfuse tracing and all right. So this is the all the scores. Again, tell me about the performance will again show you all the different details, right? So so there your feedback loops get triggered. Now if I do a RAG testing, let's say I ask how do I minimize token usage, right? And I can use hybrid vector and BM25 search, and I can get like top 6 results, let's say. So it is going to search, and as you can see, it is retrieving the chunks. These are the chunks, all right. These are different chunks, and yeah, this is basically the document browser. This is it is showing off the chunks and all. Now if I go to the SQL database, you can ask natural questions in the SQL database. By the way, this is our SQL schema table. This is sample data. This is all the sample data is here. This data was defined by me. So if I say what was the average RAM CPU usage, or the 7 days, and it is supposed to do the SQL query, and it is saying that this is the average. Now I can use the raw SQL query as well. This will of course return result, and I can use a few predefined queries, and this is supposed to do the querying and all, right? And then there are some tests. Let's say I want to do, you can run all the tests of course, but for now let's say I want to do the feedback loop test. So basically it is running the feedback loop test. It is using different tests for ambiguous query, retry logic, and confidence threshold. This by the way, the tests are defined in this the tests are defined in the test tab. Basically these are the tests. So like test agent, test end-to-end, feedback loop, all these tests you can do by the UI. So these are the tests, and you can see that one of the tests, this is still going on, I suppose, yeah. So this is again trying to do different tests, and you can see feedback loop is working correctly, and we can see the entire output here. So ambiguous query, like if you ask an ambiguous query, it is doing the retry, and all those things are there, right? Confidence threshold, test, there is a confidence threshold test which is also being carried out, and the tests are majorly in the here. So these here you can see I'm just asking multiple questions and I'm just checking. This is the ambiguous query test, of course, and this is the retry test and all. So there are multiple tests defined. I will do a deep dive maybe sometime later, but let's say I want to do the full agent testing. So I can do a full agent testing, and here it will run 21 queries and test the agent with different queries, and it will show you the final result, and also it will show you the tracing. It is going to take a little bit of time, so I will by the way, this is showing and all. This will take a little bit of time. Let me walk you through the architecture by that. So basically here you can see the here you can see all the documentations are there, and these documentations are in the architecture.md, and also I have made separate walkthroughs for the API and the database and RAG. Here you can see, by the way, these APIs are getting called and all. So there is a test RAG service, validate API, validate doc, validate agents and all. There is a util function which is observability module. This is using LangChain and LangSmith and OpenTelemetry. And this is your environment file. So environment file will need OpenAI key, LangChain key, and all. And this is the Streamlit app, of course. And sorry, this is the Streamlit app. This is the start server, which we can start the server with. By that time, these tests have been completed, and see, these are the queries. What is the current latency? And it is symmetric lookup. How do I configure API rate? It is showing knowledge. And how do average calculation is calculation essentially. And these are the few mixed queries. What is the latency of API gateway, and how do I improve it? So it is using the API and the knowledge base. And there are like 17-18 queries, and we can see here full statistics. And if we want to observe it, so there is all the queries of observability. So first it is classifying intent, then node end, and all sort of the entire execution flow is shown. And yeah, so basically all the traces are coming up in here. So yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, cool, thanks.